time, teach your children also to meditate. Really, really important. Meditation करके 5 or 10 minutes, if they can focus. The biggest challenge, और meditation का किसी religion से लेना देना नहीं. Even if you sit quietly in a place for 5 minutes, just focus on your breathing. What happens is, energy which was scattered before, which was? I don't hear you. Scattered. वो energy जो बिखरी हुई थी, now is concentrated. सूर्य की वो किरणें जो बाहर scattered होती हैं, they are not powerful. But the moment हम एक magnifying glass ले आते हैं, वो सारी जो rays हैं, they are condensed together and they can burn. They have so much energy now. Same with human energy. When people begin to focus, focus, whatever the target is, they can create magic. Results only emerge when people are focused. The energy is there, but it is scattered. Our job as a motivator, as a parent, as an educator is to make sure वो scattered energy को हम इकट्ठा करके concentrate करें towards the most important goals. If you look at this, you must understand, हम लोग अपना time भूल जाते हैं. Growth, ladies and gentlemen, is the most painful process of all. And your children are going through a phase of growth. Yes or no? Physical growth, hormonal changes, mental growth. There's a lot of growth that is happening. What Swami Vivekananda ji ne called this beautifully, he said, when the flower becomes a fruit, when the flower becomes the fruit, my question to you, where does the flower disappear? The flower fruit ban jata hai. If you go to Kashmir and you see the beautiful apples in the valleys there, first it is only a flower, and then it becomes a fruit. When it becomes a fruit, where is the flower? It has disappeared. Its old form has changed. You must take into consideration, during this phase, the same process is happening with your children also. They are taking a new shape, but painful process. When a seed germinates, it cracks open. Yes or no? It has to crack open first. Then its insides are coming out. Then it is germinating. It is not an easy process. It's a painful process. And for human beings, it is a confusing process also. There's a lot of confusion. छोटे बच्चे 1.5-2 साल का कभी आपने कोई बच्चा देखा है जो स्ट्रेस्ड होता है और डिप्रेस्ड होता है? कभी 6 महीने के बच्चे को डिप्रेस्ड देखा है? नहीं? Sure? No. You will never find a 6-month. As they grow up, depression is adults की बीमारी. So parents को भी थोड़ा मुस्कुराना चाहिए कि नहीं? और come on, take a deep breath in once again. Just a nice smile on your face. Good, that's right. Parent को हर वक्त डंडा लेकर नहीं घूमना है. हर वक्त नहीं. Sometimes you need to strict discipline. Sometimes it is also. But it is really important to note 2, 3, 4 months old kids, they are never depressed. कभी छोटा बच्चा रूम में बैठ के ही नहीं सोचता है मेरा क्या होगा लाइफ में, मेरा क्या होगा. It's not happening. This happens as they grow up. We have to understand there is a lot of confusion. Your job is to reduce the confusion, right? Is to help them focus, is to help them concentrate their energy. In the development of human potential, there is nothing called failure. In the development of human potential, there is nothing called failure. There is something called feedback. Feedback will tell you ये सही चल रहा है और feedback will tell you ये सही नहीं चल रहा. Your job as an educator, as a parent, is to make course correction. To do what? Course correction. Just like a flight. If a flight takes off from Delhi और उसका जो flight navigation path है, let's say it is from Delhi to Colombo, Sri Lanka. Okay? Please, this is very important. इसको ध्यान से सुनिए. At the beginning of the journey, अगर वो plane सिर्फ 1 या 2 degrees, कितना? 1 or 2 degrees अपने ओरिजिनल रास्ते से अगर वो चूक गया ना, as the time goes by, as the plane continues to fly, वो पहले 1 या 2 डिग्री था, now the gap will continue to go bigger and bigger and bigger. Therefore, it's very important that parents do the job of course correction. इसको वापस ट्रैक पे कैसे लेकर आना is fundamentally important. मैं आपको एक biological example दे रहा हूँ यहाँ पे. On the screen, what you are seeing. Everybody is able to understand me and listen to me, even right at the back. Shout out a yes if you can hear me and understand me. Yes? Yes. What you see on the screen is the root system of Chinese bamboos. Biologists say Chinese bamboo का root system सबसे complex होता है, and it takes a lot of time for it to grow its grow its roots. If you plant a Chinese bamboo, for the first maybe 2 or even 3 years, you will not see anything happening on the surface. सतह पे आपको नहीं नजर आएगा और आप सोच रहे होंगे ये गलती कर दिया यार, ये तो गलत पौधा लगा दिया, ये तो निकल ही नहीं रहे बाहर, 2 साल हो गए. What you do not see is this. In those 2 or 3 years, the Chinese bamboo is growing a very strong and deep and complex root system. वो हमें नजर नहीं आता. Yes or no? Sometimes the Aakash team will be doing exactly this. और शायद आपको नजर नहीं आएगा. But you must trust the process. You must do what? Trust the process, because they know better. They've been this for a very long time. And then what happens? Biologists say, once the roots are developed, in a span of few days, the Chinese bamboo can grow more than 90 feet tall in a few days. You will say it's magic. I don't call it magic. I say the law of paying the price. Chinese bamboos has paid the price of growing strong roots. Whoever wants to, जिसको भी लाइफ में ऊपर बढ़ना है, उड़ना है, आगे जाना है, succeed करना है, they have to learn how to grow roots, and therefore the role of parents is very, very important to make sure हम सिर्फ superficial level पर touch नहीं कर रहे हैं उनको, we are actually touching and working on the roots at all times. You want to develop the full potential of your child. First thing you have to do, over and over again, is to motivate your child. Not criticize, but motivate. What do we do most often? We criticize. Be honest with me. अभी मैं आपको example दूँ. आपका बच्चा report card लेकर खड़ा, okay? And everybody's worked very hard on it. You have worked very hard. Teachers have worked very hard. You are eagerly looking forward to it. On the report card, there are the marks of 5 subjects. How many? 5. On 4 subjects, आपके बच्चे ने बहुत अच्छा परफॉर्म किया. On 1 subject, the child has only passed the examination. Be honest. आप पहले किस सब्जेक्ट की बात कर रहे हैं? पहले किस सब्जेक्ट की बात करेंगे? वो वाला जिसमें कम आया है. 90% of parents they will say, बेटा ये सब तो, ये ऊपर वाला 4 तो ठीक है, पर ये मैथ्स में क्या हो गया यार? देखो, मुझे लगता है तो अपनी मम्मी के ऊपर क्या है. तेरी मम्मी का भी मैथ्स अच्छा नहीं है. आई थिंक यू टेक आफ्टर योर मदर. बेटा तू छोड़ दे नॉन मेडिकल, तेरे बस का बात नहीं. तो बच्चा सोचता है यार. So what happens is, next day, वो अपने फ्रेंड को जाके करता है. And he starts a conversation with his friend and he says, you know what, मेरा बाकी 4 सब्जेक्ट्स में मार्क्स बहुत अच्छा है, बट मैं क्योंकि अपनी मम्मी में गया हूँ और मेरी मम्मी का मैथ्स अच्छा नहीं है, इसीलिए मेरा मैथ्स अच्छा नहीं है. Now, your opinion, whose opinion? Your opinion as a parent has now become the child's opinion. Agree, disagree? It was your opinion, बेटा तेरा मैथ्स वीक है. अब उसने एक्सेप्ट कर लिया. Now it has become his opinion, and now he is sharing his opinion with his friends. Friends, you know what? मेरा लाइफ में कुछ नहीं हो सकता क्योंकि मेरा मैथ्स अच्छा नहीं. This is very difficult to break. And your job as parents is to break this thinking. इस thinking को तोड़ना है. This is really important. Your job is to tell them you have the same ability to do what others can do. You, आप आनंद विश्वनाथन चेस प्लेयर का जो ब्रेन है, बेटा तेरा भी वही ब्रेन है. वो मार्स से नहीं आया है, वो जुपिटर से नहीं आया है, वो भी इसी प्लेनेट का है. Can you do that? Yes or no? There are no unresourceful people. There are only unresourceful states of mind. Raise your hands if you agree with this statement. Raise your hands. How many people? I believe in this. आदमी अनरिसोर्सफुल नहीं होता है, उसका स्टेट ऑफ माइंड अनरिसोर्सफुल. उसी का स्टेट ऑफ माइंड हम चेंज करेंगे, इट विल बी अ डिफरेंट पर्सन, राइट? एंड परहैप्स यू मस्ट हैव एक्सपीरियंस्ड दिस. आप काम से थके आए हैं, बिल्कुल सोने का दिल कर रहा था, कुछ नहीं करने का दिल कर रहा था, जबरदस्ती आप सैर करने चले गए अपनी फैमिली के साथ, टू गो फॉर अ इवनिंग वॉक. कोई स्ट्रे डॉग आपके बच्चे को अटैक करता है, क्या आप कहेंगे नहीं मैं थका हुआ? Immediately body language change होगी. Yes or no? Yes. You will become alert. Yes or no? You will find that energy to fight that dog, kick that dog and save your child. Agree, disagree? Which means you are not unresourceful. What was our resourceful? Your state of mind. Your state of mind. If we change the state of mind, performance can increase. Abhi US में recently हुआ है, there is a 64-year-old lady. She lifted, उसने जो कार का front wheel lift कर दिया because her grandson's leg was trapped underneath the car. Be very careful when we give labels about performance. ये तू कर सकता है नहीं. Always say the world is full of possibilities. बेटा हो सकता है, क्यों नहीं हो सकता? Become a why not parent. Deep breath in, please. Repeat after me. I will become a why not parent. A what? Why not parent? Why not parent पता क्या होता है? तो कहता है क्यों नहीं हो सकता भाई? When I go to big companies to give motivational talks, people look at me and my age and they say, ये बच्चा में बताए ये motivational talk देगा, and I say, why not? If the Prime Minister of Canada is Justin Trudeau at the age of 42, Simerjeet Singh can be a motivational speaker at the age of 38, yes or no? Right? It's simple thinking. If what's his name, Sundar Pichai can be he's 41, the CEO of Google, world's biggest company, most expensive company at the age of 41, why not? So ये why not thinking बच्चों में develop करना बहुत जरूरी है. This lady, she used to tell her child, my son is so bright, he can do anything he wants in the world. When was the last time you appreciated your child in front of other person? ये याद रखना है. हम हर वक्त क्रिटिसाइज करते हैं, कंपेयर करते हैं एक बच्चे को दूसरे से, हमें उनको अप्रिशिएट भी करना है. This lady used to say, my son is so bright, he can do anything he wants in the world, even be the President of the United States of America. Yes, this is about my child. And that's his mother. Mothers and fathers, we have such power in this world. A Jewish saying says, God could not be everywhere. भगवान हर जगह मौजूद नहीं हो सका, इसीलिए उसने माँओं को बनाया. God could not be everywhere, therefore He created mothers. Mothers have such a power to reinforce over and over again. He could even be the President of the United States. Now, whose opinion was this? Oh, mothers, right? It is in Obama's documentary. When he went to study law at the Harvard Law School, he started asking his friends, hey, do you think someday I could be the President of the United States of America? So mother का belief, बच्चे का belief बनना शुरू हो गया, बच्चे का belief उसके friends को बताना शुरू किया. He was the first African American editor of the Harvard Law Review. अपने हाथों की लकीरों को क्या देखते हो दोस्तों? अपने हाथों की लकीरों को क्या देखते हो दोस्तों? नसीब तो उनका भी होता है जिनके नसीब में हाथ नहीं होते. She doesn't have hands, but what she has within her is the ability, is the determination. You must keep your tank full, not your petrol tank. वो भी खाली हो जाता है. आपके लिए सवाल है, आपकी गाड़ी का पेट्रोल टैंक खाली हो जाता है तो क्या आप गाड़ी को जाके मारते हो? क्या आप बेकार चीज खरीद लिया? Always empty. What do? You take your car to the filling station and you fill the car, right? Sometimes, two things. Your children will come to you. बच्चे आपके पास आएंगे and their tank is going to be on empty. वो ट्रांसपोर्टेशन में, कंप्यूटिंग में, पढ़ने में, क्लासेस में खाली हो चुका है. फिर उसको उस टाइम पे किक नहीं करना है. उसको उस टाइम पर उसका टैंक फिल करना है. That you will be only able to do if you have your own tank full. Yes or no? Majority of the parenting mistakes that I see happen when the parents are frustrated. अपनी frustration, mothers का मैं देखता हूँ, काम वाली नहीं, रोटी बनाने वाली नहीं आएगी तो सारा गुस्सा बच्चे पे निकाल देते हैं. तड़ाक दो बच्चे पे उसको लग जाए. No fault यार of the child. आपकी काम वाली नहीं आई उसका क्या कसूर है? So अपनी frustrations बच्चे पे मत निकालो. You keep yourself happy, please. You keep yourself motivated because then you will spread that environment around. अगर मेरे से मैं अगर डेजर्ट में हूँ, राजस्थान में हूँ और मेरे पास पानी की बोतल है, बट बोतल खाली है, खत्म हो गई है, मैं किसी और को पानी नहीं पिला सकता हूँ because my own bottle is empty. Fill yourself up first with energy, with motivation, with happiness, then you will be able to give it to the children. Even on an airplane, the first announcement they make is, in case of an emergency landing, oxygen masks will come down. Before assisting others, Put your own mask first. दूसरों की सहायता करने से पूर्व केवल पहले कृपया अपने चेहरे पर ऑक्सीजन मास्क लगाएं. Only then you can help others. They know it. And this is the same process for the very difficult period of your child's life also, in which they will work very, very hard, that you remain motivated, you remain positive, and you help them whenever the need be. Otherwise, ये situation जो है, बच्चे की दिमाग की, teenager की brain की situation कुछ ऐसे हो जाएगी. Ladies, you all know what happens, right? अगर pressure cooker में steam बन रहा है, और उसको हम निकलने नहीं दे रहे, boom, explosion. We don't want explosions. Trust me, you don't want explosions. Your job as a parent, as a guide and a coaches, कि उस steam को, उस pressure को constructively release कैसे करना है. The word is how to release it constructively. Take out the time to talk to your child, to spend time with them. They don't need your presence, they need your presence. They don't need your presence. आपके gifts नहीं चाहिए उनको, और उनको जितलाइए मत. मैं अक्सर देखता हूँ पेरेंट्स बच्चों को बताते हैं, हमारे जमाने में ये नहीं हुआ करता था, जो तुम्हें लेकर दिया है, हमारे जमाने में रिक्शा पे जाते थे, तुम्हें गाड़ी लेकर दी है. बच्चा कहते तो क्या है, फेवर किया है, मैं इसी में बैठ रहा हूँ, आप भी बैठ रहे हैं. These are wrong strategies. Why you want to make them feel guilty? Don't make them feel guilty. Guilt is the worst motivators of all. Guilt is not a good motivator. No. Give them future goals. Help them meet other successful people. उनको मिलवाओ, उनको stories सुनाओ, उनको spend time with them, nurture them. Then only they will flourish. Stress is good. मैं ये pressure cooker का बात इसलिए कर रहा हूँ. Look at this stress chart. This is the last slide. I promise. Last. पहले भी धोखा दिया मैंने आपको, थोड़ा explain किया और अब नहीं. This is the last. Stay with me. You see this stress chart? This is very low stress. Okay? You see that? The person will be sleeping here. Zero stress. This is the optimal stage of performance. ये क्या है? Optimal. Here, all the neurons are active. सारी जो information brain में stored है वो सामने आ रही है. This is where panic is. ये कौन सी stage है? Panic is too much stress. This is ये pressure cooker. Now, too much stress में क्या होगा? उसको जो भी याद था वो भूल जाए. I've experienced this on the stage. A person who has to go deliver a 1-hour speech, if he is here, he's sleepy, he's too relaxed, उसका best ideas सामने नहीं आए. Agreed? Have you experienced this? Yes? Too relaxed. This is the optimal stage. He's excited, he's slightly nervous, he's enthusiastic, he's looking forward. This is disaster. He's panicked, nervous, or freeze with that. You don't want that. You want to train your child to be here in the optimum stage of stress. तो उसका स्ट्रेस बस्टर करना है, उसको कब हंसना है उसके साथ, कब कोई जोक सुनाना है, कब कोई मूवी देखने जाना है, कब कोई ब्रेक लेना है. You're gonna have to do all this, plan all this. मुश्किलें दिलों के इरादे आजमाएं. It's going to be a test for everyone. मुश्किलें दिलों के इरादे आजमाएंगी, ख्वाबों के पर्दे निगाहों से हटाएं. It will be a reality check. गिरकर तुझे है संभलना, ये ठोकरें तुझे चलना सिखा. Thank you all for listening. I hope, thank you. I hope you are able to use some of these things with your kids. That is all I had to say. Thank you once again for coming. If you have any questions, we'll be happy to answer.